Welcome, everyone, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. Sonoma Valley, as I've hinted once or twice before, is an agricultural area. And in an agricultural area, we're defined by the seasons. And I mentioned last week, we're all waiting for the harvest to come. It's about 2 to 3 weeks, probably running late. It's been an exceptionally cool summer for us. If you've been in San Francisco, it's been downright Arctic. But up here in Sonoma Valley, where God smiles upon us, it's been just, temperate. It's been like 75, which is perfect, but we need a little bit more heat to get the grapes to come to harvest. I bring that up because everyone thinks, harvest time is this crazy time. And everyone's running around and there's this frisson of activity. Like, I got to do stuff. But really, even though it is crazy at the time and there's a bunch of events, all the work starts 2 years prior. It starts 2 years prior because they got to prune the grapes to set up for the growth for the harvest for this year. So this is going to be a 2025 harvest. This is a 2023 pruning season that we're enjoying the benefit of those grapes. And so oftentimes people don't understand how much work goes into growing grapes and being agricultural. In a similar fashion, major events don't just happen in one season. They take 2 to 3 years longer to prepare for them. And I'm talking things like the World Highlight Championships. I don't know. I just made that one up. Or other large sporting events that just take a long, long time. One of which is coming to San Francisco, but actually 2 of which are coming to the San Francisco Bay Area in the next year. And it's going to be spoken to with my very special guest. Now, I know every week I say I have a very special guest, but this time I do actually mean it. Very special guest from the Bay Area Host Committee. They're in charge of the Super Bowl and the World Cup. Adam Lewis, how you doing?
Tim, thanks so much for having me. I wish everyone would give me that warm of a welcome.
Just right there?
It's wonderful.
You walk in the office and they cheer for you.
Yeah, they cheer for me. The sun is shining down.
It's always sunny. It's always sunny in Sonoma.
That's what I've heard.
By law.
From you.
Just now.
Yeah.
So Adam, before we go anywhere, Bay Area Host Committee. Bob, the station manager, said, "What do you host?" What does that mean?
We host a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So our mission is really to unite the Bay through sport.
Okay.
And what we are specifically hosting over the span of 18 months, starting from last February through this next summer in 2026, is the NBA All-Star Game, which was just at Chase Center. Check that one off.
That was amazing.
Thank you. We thought so too. Yeah. The city was alive. People were having fun.
That Chase Center is great.
It really is.
And I got to say, hold on. I'm a big fan of the 510. Oakland's in my heart. We're not going to talk about that owner of that baseball team, but I think in spite of them leaving Oakland, the Chase Center is beautiful. It's right there, and the city looked fantastic for that whole thing. So you were in charge of that, right? You did it all?
Some people have said that, but I don't think I actually had anything to do with that. I was still living in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, you weren't even here for part of it? Okay.
Yeah. But I will say that our investment is encompassing the Bay,
right? And
so teams move. We don't have control over that,
right? We're not going to mention that man's name. Okay,
sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you guys did the NBA All-Star Game.
And then NBA All-Star Game.
You have some more stuff coming up.
We do. So in November, we also have the NWSL Championship Game, which we're very, very excited to host. Okay. We've had incredible partners through our pro teams and other folks in the community, which has made that a really kind of incredible event that we can host.
That's this November?
That'll be this November. Yeah.
Is that going to be down in South Bay?
It will be, yes.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Yeah. And then we have 2 big ones in 2026, maybe lesser known titles. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it before. But yeah, we will be hosting Super Bowl 60
at
Levi Stadium, which we're very, very excited for. And then we are doing it again in June of 2026 with 6 games of the Men's World Cup.
So there's going to be like a 4-month gap between Super Bowl and World Cup. Am I correct on that?
That's right.
Wow. Okay. And you've already, I think we were speaking, I wasn't recording it, but you told me that the 49ers are guaranteed to win the Super Bowl, and the U.S. Men's World Cup, this is our year, or next year, we're finally going to do it. Was that what you said?
So yeah, I think I did more than say it. I think I guaranteed it. I think I think that's what we all want to see, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a hometown Super Bowl would be amazing.
Fantastic.
And I know that they're having a great off season, and we're excited to see them play this next year.
Well, right now, as of this recording, Niners are undefeated. They're doing great.
Yeah.
They're doing amazing.
Yeah.
And men's World Cup soccer, maybe it's going to be a Cinderella year. Maybe. We'll just say maybe.
You know, I think maybe is a good way to put it. There's a lot of good teams this year, and you know, I always have a soft spot for them. You know, growing up, I was a competitive athlete for a long time, and you know, you always sort of see the players on TV and then see yourself in that jersey.
Yeah.
And I think I still have that feeling.
Wait, were you a soccer player?
I was a soccer player. I was a big time soccer player.
Really?
Loved playing soccer.
So you played in high school and stuff like that.
Yeah. It was a big part of my life.
And were you the crazy guy on the club team traveling around all the time?
If you ask my parents, yes.
Yes, I was going to ask how many times you're like, oh, great, we're driving 4 hours to watch you play soccer. And you go back to a hotel with a bunch of other soccer kids.
Yeah.
And then get up the next morning and play more soccer.
That's right. But it was more like, we're going to drive you an hour and a half to practice.
Oh, really?
And then, yeah. I mean, I grew up in a small agricultural town, kind of, you know, oddly similar to Sonoma.
Okay.
But without sort of the larger metropolitan areas around.
So they were driving like 90 minutes to bring you to practice.
They could not wait for me to get my driver's license.
So, Adam, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Corvallis, Oregon.
Okay. And what are they known for?
Oregon State, Hewlett-Packard, and the birthplace of Adam Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that plaque there when I drove through, if I recall.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. And you're going to be mad at me. There's two main colleges in Oregon.
That's right.
One's the correct one, and one's not. The correct one is the Beavers.
That's right.
And
That's right. Good memory.
OSU.
OSU, yeah.
OSU.
Yeah, good catch.
Big fan of OSU.
Yeah, you were saying that earlier.
Yeah, I took my shirt off for this and put on the collared shirt, but I normally have the OSU shirt on.
That's right.
And the worst ones are the U of O. Right?
Yeah. I mean
they're not
great,
the worst.
Great academic college, but I could do without their football team
Yeah,
beating
the
us
Ducks.
every year.
God, the Ducks. So, all right. So you went to school there, obviously.
I didn't go to school there.
You didn't?
No, I couldn't wait to get out of Corvallis. Yeah, I could not
Really?
wait.
So you support this team?
Oh, yes. I grew up, you know, short bike ride away from the campus. My
Really?
dad was a professor there for 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, and I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Forget it. So you got out of there. Okay, but you still root for them, I hope.
Oh, always.
Okay.
Always.
So you grew up in Corvallis. You drove yourself to soccer far away. You loved sports.
I do.
And then you ended up becoming a host committee person.
I am a host. That is my official title, is host committee person.
Thank you for giving me your card on that.
Yeah.
When you're not host committee personing, what do you do at the Bay Area Host Committee?
So I have honestly one of the best jobs in the world. I get to oversee our human rights, sustainability, and community impact work.
Okay.
And so pretty much I get to do all the fun stuff that is associated with these events.
Well, okay. So explain that to me, because a lot of people just think, okay, the Super Bowl's coming or World Cup's coming. It's just, we got to find a venue, you know, and someone to sell popcorn, and that's what we do. But it sounds like there's a little more involved with that, especially as it pertains to the rest of the community. So can you explain what that means that you're doing and how it impacts the rest of the people here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's sort of two ways to look at this, or at least two ways that I look at it. And one is that stadiums always have a capacity. There's only so many people that are going to get into Levi Stadium to see the Super Bowl or see the World Cup. But that shouldn't mean that it's the transformation and the influence of these massive events should stop there.
Okay.
And so a big part of my job and a big reason, frankly, why the Bay Area Host Committee was created and what we're working towards is to be able to bring in all counties, all cities from around the Bay to feel the transformative power of these events.
Got it.
And, you know, I use transformation sort of very, very broadly because I think it truly means that. I mean, we're talking about transformation for small businesses, transformation for folks visiting Sonoma for the first time from around the world, but also the transformation of kids and families seeing these games.
Right,
you know, we touched on this a little bit, but I've played a lot of soccer games in my life. I don't remember any of them. None of them. I couldn't tell you the score of the games where I played well. I couldn't tell you the score of the games where I played badly.
I guarantee you one of them was 0-0.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
I would take that bet. Yeah. But I think the point of that is I do remember all the moments when I was watching games with my teammates or goofing off or, cheering in different fan zones. Like those are the things that I remember.
Fun, yeah.
And I think, the other way to look at this is there's this really dorky baseball statistic that I love.
Okay.
Wins above replacement.
Are you joking? Tell me about this, because this was a trivia question last night at the trivia game I was at.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you should invite me to play trivia
I
more.
should. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Tell me about wins above replacement.
So this is very reductive and it's very simplistic, but more or less it's a statistic that shows you how many more games your team would win if you're on the lineup versus a replacement.
Right.
And I think that's really how we look at ourselves, or at least how I look at ourselves at the host committee is, we're not a pro team. We're not a city government.
Right.
We're in this really interesting and important place in the community, and we want to push that value as much as we can.
Okay.
And so the areas that we focus on, how we work with community, is purely based on where are we most valuable versus anybody else in the community.
Okay. So tell me, when you say Bay Area, because people might not know this, we're in the North Bay, so that's usually thought of as Marin, Sonoma, and Napa counties. But are there other Bay Area counties that people should know about, or are we done? I mean, North Bay is probably the only one we really need to talk about.
I mean, it's certainly the one with the most sun right now.
Thank you.
I figured I had to get out the compliment before I reveal that the Bay is much bigger than that. I mean, we look at all 10 counties from around the Bay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And those are, I'm just going to rattle off some of them, and they include San Francisco County, which is a city and county, San Mateo County, Santa Clara County, Alameda County, Contra Costa County, Solano County, which you're on the bubble, Solano County. And am I missing one? Napa, Sonoma, Marin. I think that's all of them.
I'm not going to try to rattle them off.
San Benito County? I don't think that one.
I still haven't made a mnemonic device for myself here.
But typically any county that kind of touches the Bay or the Bay watershed.
That's right.
And it's not just an environmental place. It's also a massive economic region. Some would say San Francisco is the center of it. San Jose likes to say sometimes they're the center of it. Oakland's over there waving their hands. But all together, we are a great place, incredibly diverse. Our cuisine and lifestyle is world-renowned. But we also have great sports and great sporting venues. And I'm so glad that you guys are bringing these events here.
We're pretty glad too. And I think to touch on that, we're a very unique region in a lot of ways, but a big reason why I decided to pursue this job. I mean, these can be some of the craziest, couple of years of my professional career, certainly probably of my life.
Totally.
But I believe that this is one of, if not the best region to play in the world. And what I mean by that is whether we're putting on pads and a helmet and hitting each other down at Levi's, or whether your neighbor's daughter draws a hopscotch court out in front of your house and you are skipping through it on your way home after a long day. There is so much to do here.
Right.
And part of our real driving force at the host committee is making sure that people from around the world can explore that, whether it's, up here in the North Bay or all the way down south.
I like that. And then, so just so I understand, you're not the NFL.
We're not.
You're not FIFA.
Nope.
You're not any of these other groups, NBA, but you kind of help lay the groundwork for these things to happen and all the ancillary events that happen around it. But you're also really invested in making sure the community gets something out of it, right?
Exactly.
It's not just like we're coming here to have a bunch of rich people play a sport
right.
and then they leave. It seems like you guys are really focused on, are we using local vendors? Are we supporting local farmers? Are we getting people out into the community? And I know your website talks about that. And, it seems at every event you kind of have to adjust the messaging a little bit, right? Because Super Bowl, they don't know who's coming until 2 weeks before.
Right.
But World Cup, we know there's going to be games. People will come for that no matter what.
We hope so.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But how do you get involvement of the community? That's not just, if I'm not a sports person, but I want to be a part of it. How do they get involved?
Right. That's a great question. So our impact programs, like I mentioned, sort of using that wins above replacement mentality, is we've really split it up into 3 areas where we think we're most valuable. And I'm going to sort of gloss over one and then touch on 2 that I think will be most interesting to your listeners. We really focus on environmental sustainability, equitable access to sports, as well as workforce and economic development.
Okay.
And I think speaking, specifically here in Sonoma, we've been able to engage quite a bit of the community already and are really looking at this as sort of a springboard to do that a lot more. in terms of our Sports for All programs, we're committed to building or refurbishing at least one new sports space in each of the counties of the Bay.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
And each of these transformational spaces comes with a commitment of free sport for development programming. So we're not doing the old Kevin Costner Field of Dreams motto, where if you build it, they will come. Right. We're saying if we build it, we're going to be here for the long haul and use this as a pillar of community transformation.
Okay.
And then secondarily, we're constantly trying to create avenues for the community to get involved, whether it's small businesses, whether it's labor force, whether it's people just engaging in watch parties. And maybe we could include this in the show notes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I love the watch party idea.
Right.
Because to your point, not everyone's going to get a ticket to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
You just cannot do it. Not everyone's going to go to a World Cup game. But I could invite my friend Ronnie, who just walked in the studio, to come watch the game with us someplace and kind of make it an event.
That's right.
How are we going to do this?
Well, I think first you got to convince Ronnie to come.
Well, he just walked in the door.
I saw him. And now he's closing the door. I don't know if Ronnie's sticking around. But I think we've just tried to make it easy for people.
Yeah.
These are complex events to put on. There's a lot of different regulations, a lot of different IP rights, and so on and so forth. And so we built this community engagement and community watch party tool.
Good. Okay.
And so if you head over to our website, and I'm hoping we can put this in the show notes.
Yes, and you could even say it now, BAHC.org.
BayAreaHostCommittee.com.
Really memorable.
Close.
BayAreaHostCommittee.com. We will put it in the show notes, but yeah.
Love it. And you can find a full resource guide on what to do, what not to do, how big your gathering could be, where you're going to put it.
And just for explanation, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if you are, but my understanding is in the past, it was always like, you can't charge people money to come watch the Super Bowl at your bar. And I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. NFL, don't at me, bro. But there's certain ways you can do it to get everyone involved. Right?
There's certain ways you can do it to get everyone involved. And a great resource to look at might be
BayAreaHostCommittee.com.
Oh, I love it. You've got it.
I hear it's in the show notes.
It's going to be in the show notes.
I'm pointing down, but that's where they will be.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. So I can kind of help out. I do have a couple things here, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys already have I don't know if this is the official logo maybe it's the NFL's logo for the Super Bowl LX or 60. 60? LX?
LX 60, yeah.
So this is the logo. It's kind of got the Golden Gate Bridge on it. It's got some redwood trees. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add some Sonoma grapes onto that next time. I'll put this in Canva. I'm really good.
And I hear the NFL will be very keen on that.
They have no problem with that, right? I'm sure.
Again, I'm not a lawyer.
I'm going to start a website called NFL.com. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll get it crazy. No, but I love about this is that it really shoucases not just San Francisco, but the whole Bay Area.
That's right.
And that was really smart of them and kind of what they're doing there. And then I don't know if this is your poster, the FIFA World Cup.
That is our poster. Okay. I did not draw it, but that is our poster. We are so proud of it.
I like it. Again, this is not the official poster. I only printed it to show you, but I think I can order the official poster.
You can and you should.
At BayAreaHostCommittee.com.
I don't know if we have them listed there, but...
Okay. We probably can.
Yeah, you probably can.
What I like is you've got on this one the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, soccer ball, kind of the stadiums, and again the redwoods, and then kind of like the idea of a computer chip. Or this could be an intro to Tron. We don't know, but it looks like a computer chip right back there. And there's some birds flying away. And I like this. This is really good because it kind of showcases that the World Cup will be part of the whole Bay Area as a whole.
Yeah.
And that's probably a limited edition poster that you can probably order or pick up at the games or something like that.
Yeah, or something like that. That's right.
You were not around. We had a World Cup here in the Bay Area a long time ago.
That's right.
There was this team that stayed in the Bay Area, and they were from this. They were kind of not a very good soccer country. Okay. Perhaps you've heard of it, Brazil.
Jog my memory.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yes. So the Brazilian fans. So they were staying in Los Gatos, California, and the South Bay, which is right by San Jose, and it was amazing because everyone would go out, and I'm sure there were games going on, and this was back in the day when we had like 3 channels and whatever, but the parties afterwards in Los Gatos were so much fun, and the Brazilian fans were out there, and everyone else just became like instantly Brazilian for like the 2 weeks or whatever it was. I loved it. I think I was a teenager right before it was huge. I'm hoping that kind of energy happens, and I know, there's more. We're not, the World Cup's not just in the Bay Area, right? It's going to be like in LA, Vancouver.
Yeah. So it's 16 cities across North America,
and Mexico and stuff like that. The best part will be the Bay Area, of course. But what I love is that when the countries come in their rounds and their fans come here,
that's right.
They'll find not only the diversity of the Bay Area, but they'll bring their own flavor here, right, and get us all excited. And it's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be incredible. Yeah. I mean, I remember, the 94 World Cup quite well. I was one. I was a big Brazil fan as well.
The diaper? Yeah. The yellow and green diaper you were wearing.
Exactly. I mean, this is, I think, frankly, like a once in a generation event. And I think here in the Bay Area, something that often goes unsaid is we're the only region in history to ever host a Super Bowl and a World Cup in the same year.
That's going to be nuts.
It's going to be nuts in the best way possible.
I mean, a good way, but it's going to be like a lot of energy.
Oh,
I'm ready for it. It's going to be exciting. I mentioned off the air, but we do have a venue for you here. We have a couple venues.
Okay.
Sonoma Valley High School.
How many does it seat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also standing room.
Okay. Gotcha.
But we do air their games. I mentioned KSVY, the Voice of the Valley. We can put it on there. We also have, if for baseball, if like you bring back the world, what's the baseball World Cup? No, what's the one like the world's, shoot.
The World Series?
No, not that one. The one that's an actual international one. Remember all the different teams come together for baseball. Is it called the Baseball World Cup? No. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about, and other than wins above replacement, I don't follow baseball too well.
Well, anyway, there's this one where every country comes and competes for baseball. So it's an actual World Series, but not like through Major League Baseball.
Right, I understand.
And I'm sorry that I forgot the name of it. But basically, we have the Sonoma Stompers.
Oh, can I see one of these?
Yeah, the Sonoma Stompers play here in Sonoma. Their stadium is also where we have the Friday Farmers Market in the parking lot there.
Very cool.
So not only could you come see an amazing game, there's some vines over there, and there's a hill, but we have the Sonoma Stompers, and tonight they're going to the championship.
Really?
For them, yeah. So it's kind of a big deal.
What
That's
league
fun.
is this? Is this?
It's like it's not. It's like college kids who are playing ball, and
Is it wooden bat?
I think they're metal bat.
Okay, gotcha.
Is that wooden bat? No, I think it's metal bat. It's fun, and we have the Sonoma Stompers, and they have Stomper, which is a mascot.
Oh my, I love a good mascot.
It's fun, and it's a really good time. So what I'm trying to pitch to you, I know the South Bay, you've got Levi Stadium.
Right.
I know Berkeley and Stanford have stadiums. Right. I know there's other places.
Right.
But hear me out. Sonoma Valley High School, go Dragons. And the baseball stadium, Arnold Field, where the Sonoma Stompers play.
Okay.
That might be maybe an auxiliary venue for you guys in the future. Could you just bring it back?
See, that's what I was going to say. Is I'm not the one that makes those decisions, but you got it. I will bring it back as long as Stomper comes with me. Bring it back.
We need to have Stomper make an appearance in an event. That would be hilarious.
Stomper,
that'd be great.
Stomper is a looker.
Yeah. Stomper's a good one. Our kind of, not I want to say our arch enemies. That's a bad way to say it. But Healdsburg, which is another town north of here, they have the Prune Packers.
Okay.
And so they also have a baseball team up there. So I think we won't talk too much about them because they're basically the ducks to our beaver or whatever.
Right.
You get it? Yeah. But there's also maybe something we could work out with like this North Bay small town baseball teams doing something with maybe at the Super Bowl, just running out and doing something. We'll work on this.
Yeah. We can workshop it. We'll send it up the chain.
I know professional sports is so lax on those things. So it won't be a problem.
I will say I wanted to mention, you mentioned being able to film some of the high school games and how much like the town really rallies behind that. And it frankly like made me a bit nostalgic. It's funny. I can like still remember conversations with the Gazette Times reporter. Gazette Times was the newspaper back in Corvallis, Oregon, after games. And they were like, Adam, you got yet another yellow card.
That's right, Adam.
Tell us why.
Old yellow card Lewis out here.
Old yellow card Lewis. But anyway, just for what it's worth, that sort of community building and like with these smaller teams is something that should never be taken for granted.
No, it shouldn't. It's a fun part of it.
It is.
I tried to find you a Stompers hat and I couldn't get you one in time. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'll
I'll give you my mailing address after
absolutely.
this.
We'll send it there. Adam, when you played soccer, I looked at you. For people who aren't watching, you're kind of a tall, skinny guy, or you're a thin guy there. Forward, midfield,
Center mid.
Okay.
I always wanted to be the center of attention, you know?
Do you run, or are you one of those center mids that make your wings do it? And you're like, go ahead, guys. I'll stay down here and help the defense.
You know, I think I ran more than I should have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't. Okay. So I played left mid. And,
Okay.
I loved it. So this was after high school. I got back into club, like
Very cool.
club, as in like we drink beer afterwards. Soccer, not club soccer. So much fun. And indoor soccer, which got really fast. And then I saw you did street soccer, and that's not futsal. Is that different?
So this is very different for a variety of reasons.
Tell me about this, because I did LinkedIn stalk you.
Oh, that's great.
As you should.
Yeah, well, that's my whole sort of, it's my whole history there.
Yeah.
So street soccer was a really incredible chapter in my life.
Okay.
So I wasn't actually playing.
Okay.
Street soccer is a national organization that uses soccer as a pathway towards financial housing and personal stability.
Got it.
And so I started this program in Portland, Oregon, where I was thinking about, this was a few years after I graduated college, maybe a year or two, and I was thinking about all the things I knew how to do. I was, 21, 22 years old, and I was like, well, I know how to play soccer.
You know how to get yellow cards.
I knew how to get yellow cards, and I can organize a little bit.
Okay.
And so I started this program to create these soccer teams in homeless shelters, migrant detention centers, youth correctional facilities, as well as immigrant and refugee resettlement neighborhoods, to use this like place where you have a name to be able to provide a direct pathway for you to find, frankly, whatever you need. A suit for an interview, housing, a job, food assistance, legal services. And I think that sort of put me on the path of how I got to where I am now. And I think like all things, it kind of comes out of nowhere. I thought it would be like a fun 6 months of my life. And, I was the executive director for 5 years and then on the board for a while. And, it's still in Portland and serves over 1,000 people.
It's called street soccer.
It's called Street Soccer USA Portland. Yeah.
And just so I understand, you do not play in the street.
Sometimes we did.
Really?
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I have this great memory of, we used to play in a community center, East Portland Community Center, and a pipe burst over the double wide gym.
Yes.
And so I'm standing in the parking lot with 50 kids, and I'm like, all right, well, I can either give you bus passes to go home, or we can set up the cones right there. And they were like, oh, you're already getting the cones out of the bag and setting them up.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
On the asphalt, like blacktop?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
The way we used to play when we were kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you'd have a can if you didn't have a soccer. That sounds like a great program and a good thing that you started and part of it. And I do know that when I was a part of that soccer team, I started it in college playing a club soccer team. And out there, all those teams were actually derived from old immigrant clubs when the Germans and the Polish set up teams out there.
Right.
And they, like 100 years on, they were still a source of community for people, right? So it sounds like you were finding the ability to use soccer as, yes, it's fun, but this is also a launching off point for people who, may not have the same resources you and I perhaps grew up with, and they could get access to things and be a part of something.
Right. And I think that same logic is very true in our work at the host committee. I mean, we are, between our Sports for All hubs, between our pathways to employment or engagement with small businesses, these silly little games that we play or we watch have a lot more gravity than we think.
Yeah, it's funny because I say it's more than just a game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. To a certain degree, you're like, okay, I'm watching a bunch of rich people run up and down a field, and they're talented and they're amazing to look at. But like, what does this really matter? On the other hand, you're like, we're all here to put this on, and it's part of the community. And, we have the highs and the lows, and we're doing it all together. So oftentimes it is more than just
That's right.
Watching, but if my team's not winning, I'm mad, by the way.
Well, right. And I think it's also really interesting to think about what games are important to different people. I mean, we have diehard 49ers fans, diehard Earthquakes fans, diehard BAHC fans, and we also have people where their kids' games are the most important.
Very important.
And I think one of the pieces that we've really thought about is what if those kids don't have the opportunity to make that their parents' favorite game? And so that's really where Sports for All came from, is providing these safe spaces spaces
Okay.
for kids to be able to play.
I love this. I think down in Levi Stadium, there's a couple. There's a soccer thing across the street, and a couple other places where kids play nearby
That's
the
right.
stadium.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is really neat.
Pretty cool backdrop.
Yeah, that's a neat idea. I was going to mention that Oakland had that too, but we're not going to talk about that guy. I'll talk about it later in my separate podcast
Okay.
called Tim's Dreams Are Broken.
Mm.
Adam, if people do want to participate with the host committee and they have a small business, where can they find more information and what should they be doing with that?
Yeah, great question. I think a few different areas. First one is definitely go to our website, and under resources you can find that guide of how to host a watch party. We want to make this as easy as possible for businesses across the community. The second piece is we, early in 2024, late 2024, we launched in collaboration with the 49ers and the NFL, Super Bowl LX Source, which is I mean, I'm very biased. I think it's a very cool program. But so we held open community applications from all counties in the Bay. And the goal was to be able to provide an 11-month training program for small businesses to prepare for NFL contracts.
Oh, that's great.
And
actually, that's okay. It can be confusing to go through those processes.
Absolutely.
And if you are a small caterer and your actually day job is making food, it's onerous.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and that was really where we came in is we, around our office, we called it the road show, where I was on the road all over the Bay, sitting with community members, helping local businesses fill out these applications. And, we had over 1,000 applicants.
That's great.
And then now we've, whittled that down to a smaller group, and those businesses are off and running throughout the training program. And we're hopeful to be able to keep creating these opportunities as we lead up to each event.
Okay.
But then also creating something that can be a little bit more stable for these businesses. I mean, filling out a new form for everything is tough.
It is pretty amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, the hoops and that's why. And these are probably great companies, but the Aramarks and the Marriotts and the Cisco, they know how to do that stuff, so they can get in there. But if you were like a small caterer, next door we have a great one called Alakai, fantastic little catering company. They would look at this like, I can't participate. So I love that you're offering that option to learn more about it and how to get in.
And I think the other piece to that I'll say is that the same thing happens with working the events. Is that a lot of times, whether you're a concessionaire, a ticket taker, a wayfinding employee, all of these people that make the events work.
Right.
Can
people volunteer for that stuff?
So we actually don't allow volunteers.
Never mind.
Because
how do they get involved?
Well, we don't allow volunteers because we're in the state of California.
Right. We want to pay for their labor.
Exactly.
Which I think is a good thing to do.
I tend to agree. I would also say that, in helping people find those pathways to work the events and get involved, we launched a program called Bridge to Work.
Okay.
And with that program, we ran a pilot in the NBA All-Star Game, but primarily what it does is it targets communities across the Bay Area facing barriers to get back into the workforce. So think opportunity youth, veterans, people transitioning out of correctional facilities. And we work with local workforce development programs in our backbone partner, Tipping Point Community.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then are able to not only provide an opportunity to work these events, so you work a couple days at the event, but more importantly, we're funding them to find what is next in their career.
Okay. And they got something on their resume.
They got something on their resume, and then we're supporting them through this journey to find a family supporting job.
Okay.
And so it is truly aptly named. It's a bridge to work.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got Super Bowl, we've got World Cup. Are there other events that the host committee is looking at that we can talk about? Or is there other ways that hey, are you guys done after World Cup or what's next?
So definitely not done. This organization is here to stay. We're here, frankly, because of what we believe that this is the best place to play.
Yeah.
And we want to keep bringing these events to the community. I am a fan of being dramatic, and so I'm not going to spoil the other events that we're looking at.
Okay.
But I can say that we have received bid documents for the 2031 Women's World Cup.
That'd be huge.
And we're just being thoughtful.
Okay.
Right? We're not going to apply for something just to apply. We want to make sure that this is the best thing for the community.
Right. Okay. It probably matches what we have. So soccer, I think we're set up for.
I mean,
come on.
Yeah, you said it.
We're the best. I like this. Adam, you know that you're gonna answer some questions from visitors. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah,
I don't know
warned
what
you
they
about
are,
that.
but
Right.
I do remember. Yeah.
Before we get to that,
Yeah.
is there anything I forgot to ask you about the host committee other than where can they find the cool swag?
The cool swag. I don't even know where to find the cool swag. I don't know why they gave this to me. Yeah.
You got the logo. It looks great.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
What else did I forget to ask you about the host committee?
You know, I don't know about anything that you forgot to ask me. You know, I could sit here and talk about this work for a long time. But I would just say that this is born from the community and is really just about the community. And when I say that, I really mean all 10 counties.
Right. Good.
This isn't an isolated effort. This isn't happening just around the stadiums.
Right.
You know, when we say we want to unite the Bay, we really mean it.
No, and I think that is important.
Yeah.
Because absolutely, there's always, sometimes there's like a little bit of sour grapes among people, like, oh, that's happening way down there. I want to be clear, when people come to an event, they don't just go to the stadium. They come the day before, not the day before, they come days before, days after. They're planning things. And it's not just Bay Area. They'll go up to Tahoe, Yosemite. They'll do a big circle. So I'm so appreciative that you're thinking, holistically,
Right.
and that we're doing it there. You said you live in the city, though.
I do.
Can I ask what neighborhood?
Castro.
And what is your favorite restaurants down there?
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of Bet Rima,
Okay.
which is one of my partner's favorite spots.
Really? Okay. What kind of food is it?
Mediterranean.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. What else have I had recently that I really, really liked?
Wait, how long you lived in the city?
Oh my gosh, like less than a year.
Have you ridden a cable car?
I have.
Good. I'm not talking the F line. I'm talking an actual cable car. The actual-
Okay,
good.
up near Russian Hill. Yeah,
Good. Okay.
Oh, I'm a local now. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're complaining about the lack of sun, and you've been on a cable car. And you've done it there.
Yep.
Are there other neighborhoods that you've gone out to explore and check out in the city?
I mean, I love Bernal Heights.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
Good.
It's very neighborhoody. It's very community focused.
Yep.
And I really like the idea of being in a big city and like walking into a coffee shop or a bar and like, the person behind the counter. I think there's something special about that. Yeah.
It is funny because it is a big city, but it's made up of small neighborhoods.
That's right.
And then you kind of have your little area that you move in and you meet your people. It's a sort of like urban ballet that happens,
Yeah.
You kind of know everyone there. Have you been out to that new park where they closed the Great Highway? And you might not know this, but for a long time, there were sand dunes. Were trying to reclaim that.
That's right. Yeah.
Voters, kind of controversial, but the voters voted to close what was called the Great Highway, which was the Great Sandway. And now it's a big park or something like that. I haven't been out there, but it looks kind of neat.
Yeah. I mean, I like to ride my bike out there and run through Golden Gate quite often. Okay. I'm not super familiar with what was here before versus what is here now. I'm still fairly new.
Right. Yes, it was a shortcut to south of San Francisco. But every year, people who live out there, like their cars are just pitted from sand because the wind blows the beach.
Right.
It's a beautiful beach.
Yeah.
That Ocean Beach is fantastic. Especially not right in June, July, and August, what do they call it? June gloom, no sky, July, and August.
The latter two I've never heard before.
Oh,
okay.
You're about to experience it.
Yeah.
But September, October, November are glorious out there. And it's so beautiful. And, you got the Golden Gate Bridge right there and you got the beach. Now, this isn't the San Francisco spiel, but I would tell you, go visit San Francisco because people are going to land in San Francisco, they'll land in Oakland, they're going to land in San Jose. They're going to go to the games. They're also going to come up to Sonoma.
That's right.
Possibly Napa if they happen to do that, and then the other parts of the Bay Area. So I'm excited about this. I was gonna do a quick plug.
Sure.
Okay.
Do it.
This is I don't know if you've ever gone to Broadway stuff or like it or not, but we have a thing called Broadway Under the Stars. I am not a big Broadway guy. I will confess. I have been to musicals when people gave me tickets, and I loved them, but I'm never gonna go. There's some people who are totally in a theater, right? But I'm gonna tell you what. This is in another baseball field called the Field of Dreams. We have a theater that sets up there called Transcendence Theater Company. These are actual Broadway stars, and they come to Sonoma and they put on a show. And the next show they're putting on is called Beautiful, the Carole King musical. I got a behind-the-scenes tour of their venue. It blew my mind. It's amazing. The dancers are great. The music is great.
Yeah.
It'll be performing starting August 7th through 17th.
Very cool.
Which is really neat. And I'm so excited about this. And then they do the Ladies of Broadway in September. I don't know much about that show, but it's probably some of the different women who sing on Broadway, I'm guessing, by Ladies of Broadway. But this is really fun. And what's cool is that the way they use the baseball diamond as an outdoor theater with the hills are right here. It's so beautiful.
Very cool.
That's a fun thing. I don't know if you drink wine, Adam, but
do.
we have the Valley of the Moon Vintage Festival. It is the end of September.
Oh, very
And
cool.
there's a lot going on. There is also, you mentioned running because you seem like a crazy person. So there's a 5K fun run.
Yes.
Yeah. So we just had our Napa to Sonoma half marathon if you really want to commit. But this one's a 5K fun run.
Okay.
And you can run that in 5K. Since I'm going to do my math, it's like 25 miles.
I think upwards of 50. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah, thank you. Obviously, you and I are both
5,000 miles,
American
yeah.
schools.
Yeah.
But that's a fun one around the plaza, essentially. And there's a grape stomp, celebrity grape stomp.
Oh, are you a celebrity?
I was a minor celebrity. I was a fill-in.
Cool.
Yeah, but you know what was the problem? Okay, I will. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
They actually had grape growers participating. And this guy, Ned, he has enormous feet. And he grows grapes and he makes wine. So should he really be with the amateurs like me? No.
I think so.
No, he should be. It should be like there should be different heats, right? There should be.
Wait, is it a competition?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They have. Okay, this is fun.
Okay.
And now, Robin, if you're listening, get Adam from the host committee on. So essentially what they do is they have a barrel that's got a little hole in it, and it has a screen. And from that little hole, a tube goes out.
Okay.
And then they fill it with grapes. And
Got
then
it.
you get in there in your Sunday best that's going to get splattered
Cool.
with grape juice. You're barefoot. And so you're stomping. And then your buddy is swabbing because the grapes, the skins go up against that screen.
Yeah.
And it blocks it. So they got to swab it out of the way. And so,
I'm getting a visual here.
yeah. And they're all up on a little thing. Everyone's cheering for you.
Yeah.
And whoever, after like 2 minutes, gets the most juice wins. Yeah. And Ned he was great. He's a great stomper. He won. We came in like second. I'm not arguing. I'm not upset. I'm just raising the point
Yeah.
that perhaps there should be amateurs and professionals. Yeah, but it's fun. So that's the Vintage Festival.
Cool.
Come to that.
Very cool.
It's definitely worth it. And we don't actually use people's feet anymore to make wine.
Oh.
Yeah, they have new technologies. We have
bad.
robot feet. Or something. And then we've also got coming up, we talked about this on my last podcast, but we're extending it this month. It's a scavenger hunt.
Oh, very
So you
fun.
can come up, come out of the fog, come up to Sonoma Valley. You go to 6 of these 12 places. You take a photo, and then you get, you come back to the visitor center and show us that you did it. You can post it online or just say, Tim, I did it. And you get either a wine glass or a little pin that says Sonoma Valley 200 for our 200th wine harvest.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
This year is 200?
Yeah, 200 years of wine grapes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. See, it's a big deal.
That is a very big deal.
Super Bowl 60. Psh, we've been doing grapes for 140 years longer than you.
Okay.
So that's really fun, and we're extending it this year. And you can go different places around the valley
Right.
and take photos. So, okay. Whew. Here we go.
Here we go. What?
This is the part where you're going to help me with
Oh,
something.
yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, so Adam, as you know, we have 2 visitor centers. People call us, they text us, slide into our DMs.
Okay.
They email us. They ask us all sorts of questions. And you're going to help me in the segment we call We Get Questions.
And I hopefully have answers.
Well done.
We'll see.
We'll see. And you can also ask me for help.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. Ready? Hi, we just received a Sonoma Valley Visitor's Guide in the mail, along with a personal note from Ellie. Side note, Ellie works in the visitor center.
Got it.
If your mom and dad order a visitor guide from us, we'll write a note to them.
That's very cute. I like that. Yeah.
Touch. Okay. So they ask, we plan on flying into SFO, San Francisco Airport, from Edmonton, Alberta. Can you advise the best way to travel from the airport to Sonoma and return to SFO?
Ooh, that is a great question. And I think I am going to lean on you for help.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
You can do that. Let me ask you this. When you fly into SFO and you're flying home or going home,
Right.
how do you get to the Castro?
I take the BART.
Yeah.
And then I take Muni, and then I get on a bus.
It's very San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Yeah,
yeah.
you probably hop on the BART and you probably hop off That's not Twin Peaks, but I know roughly where you're getting off, and Muni, and then
Right.
there.
Right.
We don't have BART here, so you're right. So Sonoma, we are close in the sense to San Francisco, but for public transit, it's a little bit harder to get here
Right.
from the airport.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you a couple ways.
Yeah. Let's do it.
One way, of course, from San Francisco, you take San Francisco SFO. You could take BART. You could get off BART and get on the ferry. You could get off the ferry at Larkspur and get on the SMART train. You could take the SMART train to Petaluma and take a bus. That's a lot of steps. That's a lot of steps. You could get on from SFO, if you're not going to the city at all, you could just get on what's called the Sonoma County Airporter, which is a bus that goes from SFO and Oakland, and it goes to Petaluma, and it goes to Roanoke Park, and it goes to Santa Rosa. And you could probably get off in Petaluma and call a taxi. You can do that. You could do a complicated mixture of buses. But probably the easiest direct way is to rent a car. Okay. Now, we're working on buses from San Francisco direct to Sonoma. We don't currently have that. Maybe that'll be in time for Super Bowl 70. When it comes back and you're doing it again, we'll have the buses set up. But we currently don't have direct bus service from San Francisco to Sonoma. So renting a car is often easiest.
Yeah. I will also say I really appreciate that you threw in, albeit a little bit complicated, the public transit option, because people like me would take that.
Oh, no, I love it.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
I'll also say that renting a car or having someone with a car in this area makes it all the better.
Yeah.
Because you can travel around, you can see different things. Like, it's a rural area.
It is a rural.
Yeah.
It is basically the Corvallis of Northern California.
I think people have actually, yeah.
Was
Yeah,
that a
you're
bumper
right.
sticker? I think I saw that.
Was that your car outside? Yeah. Okay.
Brought to you by Corvallis Tourism, who can still sponsor this if they send us a check. Okay, good job. All right, here's another one. And this kind of relates to the first one.
Okay.
This is a text we get. People text us. I'm planning a visit from American Canyon, which is over by Napa.
Right.
It's a southern Napa County, to the following wineries: Bartholomew Estate, Goodlock Bundschuh, and Jacuzzi. In this area, will it be easy to get Uber or Lyft to travel to, around, and back? So is it easy to get Uber and Lyft basically in Napa and Sonoma counties?
I'm going to say yes.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
We do have Uber and Lyft, and it's easy to do.
Right.
And those people from SFO could, for example, Uber here as well.
Totally.
Or Lyft, or your ride share of choice. The one caveat I'm going to give is if you get to some places that are a little more remote, sometimes your cell service doesn't work as well.
That's right.
So ask the tasting room if they have Wi-Fi so you can connect. Or if you already had, sometimes you find a good Lyft driver and you can talk to them through their cell phone.
Totally.
But
Yeah.
you can definitely use Uber and Lyft. And a lot of them do that.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
do you do a lot of that down in the city, or are you like a Waymo guy? You just hop in a car that's a robot and you don't know if it's going to let you out.
I am still a person driving a bus or operating a train
You
kind
want
of
a
guy.
human being?
But I do think I will say, I was in a Waymo. That technology is incredible.
Yeah. Is it weird? There's nobody in the driver's seat.
Nobody in the driver's seat. It actually doesn't feel weird. I mean, it's at least for me was fairly natural and fairly comforting. And so if you're in the city, I highly recommend it.
Okay. I like that. And then also I should say Muni, I think you can buy, if you're in the city, San Francisco has such fantastic public transit. So if you are going to use that, I think you can buy like a week pass. I got to go look into that. But you can get a Clipper card, but there might be like an unlimited pass you can buy. And then it works on Muni, which, okay, here's the weird thing about Muni in San Francisco. Muni means the buses or the train but not the cable cars, but they're all run by the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Authority.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you're a San Franciscan, what you're going to learn, if you're cursing Muni, sometimes it's the light rail they're talking about. Sometimes it's the buses. But if you're like, blank Muni, it's usually your train was late. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
I can't say that I have ever cursed them. I'm a big fan.
You don't seem like a guy that would curse.
We'll wait till the mic. Yeah. But no, I mean, I think public transit is an incredible way to see a city. It's super easy.
We have a little bus here called the Sonoma Shuttle. It does a loop from the plaza up and south. It's super easy. I can see it from my office. So when I'm going to lunch, I'm like, oh, I can walk here. I'm like, oh, the bus is about to leave. It's a free bus. Takes me out a mile away. I expand my lunch options.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, final question. We just finished doing the Sonoma Valley scavenger hunt,
Cool.
but I don't know how to claim my prize. Where do I go get my free wine glass?
Well, if I remember correctly of what you told me 5 minutes ago, I think that, they should just reach out to you directly, which is what I would do if I finished.
You could text us at 707-996-1090 and we would tell you to go to the visitor center.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
You go to the Plaza Visitor Center. It's right in the plaza. And we'll give you your wine glass or your keepsake enamel pin.
Which one would you rather have?
Well, since I live up here, I have a lot of wine glasses.
That doesn't sound right.
I have
Yeah,
so many wine glasses. My wife has told me to stop bringing home wine glasses because every event you go to, you get like the logo glass.
Okay.
It's sort of like the logo wear.
Right.
Right. So imagine logo wear in sports.
Yeah.
That's the wine glasses that we have. So when people come to my house, I will do you want the Harvest Festival, Vintage Festival, Wine Road, Sonoma Valley Vintners and Growers Alliance? Like, I don't actually buy glasses. So I would get the enamel pin. However, for you probably don't have a bunch of wine glasses with logos. Maybe you want that to remember that.
It's interesting. Yeah.
When you go up north to the Sonoma of Oregon, Corvallis, you might want to show that off.
I could. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you could say, go Beavers.
You're picking it up. I love it.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
What, you said your father was a professor?
For 40 years. Yeah.
Which department was he? What did he teach?
He taught film history.
Really?
Yeah.
Has he come down for the film festival down here?
He hasn't, but we could plug it.
Yeah,
John, Dad, if you're listening,
hey,
check
Dad,
it out.
Professor Dad, Sonoma International Film Festival has a lot of good film history.
Yeah, and I know someone you could stay with in San Francisco.
Have your parents come down to visit you yet?
Not quite yet, no.
Okay, what happens when you move down here? You discover a lot of friends you forgot you had if you have a place for them to stay.
Right.
So especially if they're from colder areas.
I understand. Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're going to be like, oh, hey, Adam. And you're like, who are you? You're like, no, middle school, man. We hung out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're totally going to be calling you. So people don't call you for tickets for sports games, do they?
Sometimes.
Oh, my gosh. Really?
Yeah.
What's your number again?
I don't know. I'm certainly not on the air.
You answered all the questions correctly.
Wow.
That was
100%.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's good. Final question I have for you then on Access. Are the Niners going to be at Super Bowl 60?
I certainly hope so. And I will be rooting for them
Thank you.
every step of the way.
Good. Thank you.
And frankly, that goes for all of our sports teams. I was a longtime Portlander, longtime Oregonian.
Oh, you guys are crazy about the soccer team up there.
We are. We do love the Timbers.
You guys have like outfits.
We do.
You have crazy people and you have songs. And you have a great stadium in Portland.
I think if you're using crazy as endearing,
that's the wrong way to say it. I'm so sorry, and I shouldn't use that, and you're right. What I mean is very passionate.
Oh, extremely.
Slightly bizarre outfits sometimes.
Slightly bizarre outfits, but that's just part of the personality. But I will say, I am becoming a convert to the Bay Area. I mean,
Quakes, huh?
Little Quakes.
Come on.
Love the Quakes. Love BAHC.
Okay.
Love the Sharks, the Niners. Saw the Oakland Roots opener, and it blew me away.
Was it good? I haven't seen them yet.
It was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, go to a game.
And then we got the Valkyries, our WNBA team, brand new.
We watched their win last night.
They're breaking records.
Yeah. I think they're right on the cusp for the last playoff spot.
Really? And they have, their jerseys are cool.
They're very cool.
Everything's cool, blah, blah, blah. But when I went to their practice facility, I'm like, I'd wear one of those jerseys. Those are really neat.
Yeah,
Good
definitely
colors,
buy one.
good
Support
design.
them.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to go down there. So they're on their way to the playoffs, perhaps.
I hope so. Knock on wood. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see what
I'll
happens.
knock gently for the microphone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not your first podcast.
Nah, hopefully it's not my last either. We'll see.
You got it. Adam, it's been wonderful having you on. So thank you so much. Again, if people have questions about the Bay Area Host Committee, what was your website?
BayAreaHostCommittee.com.
That was really simple. And you can find
simple.
out how to be involved. If you're a small business, there's information on there. If you're a community member and you want to learn more about the impact. And even if you want to, I think, get the posters for the World Cup. There might be a link there.
If you want the posters, I don't think we've posted them yet. Okay. You can email info@BayAreaHostCommittee.com and we'll help you out.
Good. That won't go to your phone, will it? Like,
It'll go to yours, actually. Yeah.
ding. Perfect. Well, Adam, it's been great having you on. Thank you so much. After you've gone to BayAreaHostCommittee.com and learned all sorts of stuff, please go to cinemavalley.com for deals, special offers, and events. Mom and Dad, thanks for listening. Maybe you'll meet Adam's dad out here doing the film festival stuff. So who knows? And we'll talk to you guys next week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.